Hi everyone, John here. As usual, I just want to let everyone know that I haven't been to the hairdressers, so excuse my hair. It's getting worse by the day. But look, I have some good news in a lot of ways, really. But about COVID-19 actually. But before I start, I just want to thank a lot of the viewers out there for all their nice comments about my boy that's over in Thailand, because as you all know, I'm here in Australia and my girlfriend's over in Thailand, but he had a terrible dog attack, which he didn't know that was going to happen, because it was one of his friend's dogs, and apparently it was never known to be a vicious dog, and he was quite a big dog actually, and he was always friendly around kids and so on. But when I got the pictures sent to me, I just couldn't believe that the dog actually ripped his skin open like a couple inches wide or something, and opened right up. And so he's very, very lucky that he didn't fall over during the accident actually, and because he. Like in Australia as well, there's been young kids before and similar things have happened, but they've gone for their neck because they've fallen over, and for some reason that they start biting around the head and around the neck. So and sometimes it's been fatal. So I'm very thankful that that's not the case. But yeah, he's had to go back to hospital every day, and they do it a little bit different over in Thailand, because he's already been stitched up and they have to open the wound. They take the stitches out all the time and then they clean it. So it's and then they stitch it back up again, and then he's got to go back the next day and he's got to do it again. So it's been extremely painful for him, but yeah, he's getting better. And you probably noticed in one of my videos that my girlfriend always, which I told her to actually, after he goes to the hospital each day, go and buy him some chocolate, go and buy him whatever he wants, go and buy him McDonald's, some ice cream or something like that. And I think he was having some sort of shake or something like that the other day. So just to sort of lift his spirits up, because he went off his food and he didn't want to eat, and he's such a bubbly boy, but he wasn't playing with his cousins, and he wasn't doing anything, and just sitting around and everything. So, but anyway, he's of course in Australia, what we do is that we normally just close it up and stitch it up for you. Then with a dog attack, so that you don't get any blood poisoning, you might get a tetanus injection, and then you may have some ongoing antibiotics a little bit, while it's, if there's any sort of germs that have occurred inside, so that you don't get any germs after they've closed it up. So, but anyway, it's a little bit different, but it seems to do the same thing. So he's a bit happier now. So I really want to thank everyone out there for being kind. I've had so many messages, so I really appreciate that. Well, the other thing as well, there was some good news today as well, apart from the fact that the last video where I was talking about COVID-19 and everyone was arguing from state to state and everything. Well, I won't talk about that today, but that's still going on. So, but in I think regional Victoria, of course they were in stage 4, but as from midnight tomorrow night, they're going back to stage 3, which means I think they can visit people. Up to 5 people in a household. They can, I think, bars and restaurants and all that. So is opening up, so they can go do some dining. They can get out and have some sort of normal life, because I think also the mental problems for a lot of people, I've been hearing as well, is been quite difficult. So, especially the people that live on their own, isolation and all that sort of stuff as well. But so that's really good news. So, but of course here in Melbourne we're still in stage 4 lockdown. So I think on the 14th of this month, they only changed it that you could go out for exercise for up to 2 hours instead of 1 hour. They created a little bubble where, for people that are living on their own, that they can go and visit only one person, so they have a designated person that they can go and visit, as long as no one else lives in the house that they're visiting. If someone else lives in the house, then those people have to leave for that period of time, and then they can get to see each other, which is, you know, I suppose that can be couples that are not married, down to family members, I suppose. So that, you know, I mean, you can go and see your children, or, you know, if you haven't been seeing your children, so that's pretty good. But you can only nominate one person, so. But you know, that's something. So I think in about another 2 weeks, then we'll find out. Providing we're going to find out what's going to happen, but that's providing that all the cases have come down, and the average cases over a 2-week period as well. They may change to stage 3 as well, like country of Victoria. So, which means that then we can have some. We can go dine out as well and all that sort of stuff. There's not really a lot of changes in stage 3, but it's just a little bit. It's a little bit more to make people feel like they can get out and do something and feel like their life's just a little bit more normal. So, because, like I said, with mental health for a lot of people as well, it's been quite difficult, and even for people who don't have chronic depression, or clinical chronic depression, or and anxiety and all that. Just people that their health is okay are feeling quite down as well, and it's probably because you've seen on the television there's a lot of protesters that have had enough now, and there's different types of protesters that are coming out, but when they're coming out they're not wearing masks, and they're getting in groups of a couple of hundred or something, and they're just nominating a place that they're going to go out and rally because they've had enough. But one of the other good things today is, of course, we got down to only about 41 cases, and I think only about, or maybe only a month ago, I think we were getting 750 cases a day. So now we're down to about 41 cases today. But the biggest news, which I think is the best, and I hope it continues and never starts up again, is that in Victoria nobody passed away today. We were getting up to 25 and 30 people passing away every day for the last couple of months, which doesn't seem a lot compared to other places around the world. But when they talk about places around the world, it's a little bit more out of control, I know, but they're talking about countries. I mean, I'm only talking about a state here in Australia, so, which is Melbourne, Victoria. So, and look, most of those, pretty much 95% of those cases where people have passed away have all come from nursing homes. So, and like I said before, they may be a little bit older than us, but they don't need to pass away. You know, a lot of these were in the 60s and 70s. They could live another 20 or 30 years. So, but fantastic news today. I was so happy when I found out the news today from Daniel Andrews, our state premier, and I think also the Prime Minister was quite happy today. They know now that you know, Daniel Andrews has made it very, very difficult for everybody, but it's also difficult for himself. And his whole idea was to actually not have a third wave. We've had our second wave now. We don't want a third wave, so we have to lock down as hard as we can, do the best we can. And when we come out of this, I think it's only about 100 days from today, I think, is Christmas. So hopefully we can have some sort of normality, you know, when it comes to Christmas. Maybe not everyone can visit everybody at Christmas time, but like stage 3 right now allows you to go and visit people up to 5 people So I'm thinking that in 100 days, if our cases are low enough, then maybe we may not have everyone that can come to our place for Christmas, but we can pretty much have most people come to our place for Christmas. So, and that's what everything is needed. Everyone needs to have family around them. I haven't been able to see my children here in Australia as well for a couple of months now. So I think this weekend I'll be able to see one of my daughters, and I'm looking forward to mostly for the borders to open so that I can go over and see my girlfriend in Thailand and my beautiful boy, and I'm going to spoil them when I go over to Thailand and let them know how much I love them and how much I care about them. But anyway, before I get too serious, too emotional, thank you everyone for saying kind words about my son. I appreciate it very much. And as I always say, please subscribe to my channel, and everyone stay safe out there, and have a good day, and thank you for viewing.